Hi traders, welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, 𝖢𝖥𝖣yi, Senior Market Analyst. In this video, I'm going to take you through the week ahead. We're going to have a little look at some charts to watch as well as that key data coming up. So back with the US data, really, we can see we've got lots of dollar data, including PPI and CPI data, so some inflationary data coming through this week. We've also got retail sales as well, and we've also got a Fed Chair Powell speech. So Tuesday is going to be a big day for the US. So we're going to see a lot of volatility kicking off for them. Core PPI potentially remaining the same at 0.2%, and PPI month on month showing a slight upward tick here. CPI potentially coming in a little bit lower on the core at 0.3%. CPI month on month expected to remain the same at 0.4% year on year, expected to fall. So I think this is where a lot of volatility could come if we see actually a bit of a miss to the upside, and that's something I'm going to be looking for. If we get a bit of a miss to the upside, that recent dollar sort of bearishness that we've seen in the market might actually turn on its head a little bit. Going on to the strength meter then, so currency strength meter showing us that US dollar did turn over and that it was pushing back to the downside. Swiss franc has started to give a little bit back of those gains that we've seen recently, which is quite interesting. Yen still remains the weakest currency. Going on to the US dollar index then, so what I find quite interesting is obviously we built a lot of volume in here and then prices breached to the downside. Now, what would be interesting to me from a dollar perspective, because we've remained above 105, which was these kind of previous highs in here, if we actually breach back above into this volume zone here, I actually think we'd probably seek the other side of it and head towards that 107 handle. Alternatively, if we breach back below 105, then obviously the bearish move that has been developing here is going to continue at that point. But I think there is a little bit of risk to the upside now of everyone kind of betting on the dollar weakness here, when in fact, if we do see inflation remain to be a little bit sticky, then, you know, could that be a catalyst for dollar moving higher? Going on to cable then, so we've had the sort of first bearish week on this kind of pullback. We've got the lower high, lower low on the candlestick. That could be a sign of price potentially moving a little bit lower here. I think to confirm that, we would need to see a close below 1.2466 to look for any kind of bearishness down towards the 1.23 handle, or even down towards the 1.2125. Bank of England pretty much there in terms of talking about cuts in June now, so I was expecting a little bit more downside to cable than we've actually seen at the moment, but the US dollar is still a little bit weaker, which is kind of keeping cable price within that band of sort of 126 and 125. So I think we need to see a breakout of that in order to really give us a big clue of where price could potentially go. The Australian dollar is a weak currency at the moment, and typically throughout the month of May it can perform fairly poorly, and we're still at these range highs, so you know we may get a pop out of the range before a move back down, but something here I feel could develop. Now, to keep you sort of on the safe side, a bit of conservativeness, maybe to wait for price to kind of breach back below 0.6550 before looking for any kind of conditions to get short here, because we don't really have the conditions just yet. This is a weekly time frame as well, so we're looking at that sort of bearish close there on the week. Going on to dollar CAD then, so actually we really liked dollar CAD short on Thursday, which was this little move down towards this area of volume, and that played out really nicely. And what's quite interesting about this is obviously we're kind of building consolidation above this 136 handle. Now obviously 136 was a big level. I mean, look at all this kind of consolidation in here, and again, consolidation to me is volume. It's buying and selling going on in the market. So are we actually going to see a little bit of a break lower? I think if we break down, then 136 could definitely be tested again, plus this kind of area here towards 135.50 and below. If we kind of hold here, then it does tell me that maybe there are some buyers coming in, but this worries me here on the long side. I would actually be a little bit more cautious here, depending on how this kind of plays out, because I did like longs a couple of weeks ago after we had this break here. That hasn't been sustained, so you know the price, now we've got a bit more information to kind of look into. You know, I need to see some aggressive buying if you know this is going to go and reach that 139 handle, which I do feel will be eventually tested, but at the moment we're not quite there yet. So that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching this video update. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button too, and I'll see you in the next video.